Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between using Google as a search engine and the library databases. When you search in Google, it is definitely a quick and easy access to information, especially primary sources that deal with things that are happening right now or that have happened in the recent past. But when we look for information that has stood the test of time or is the result of studies and scholars and scientists, working on their topics, presenting evidence, Google may not be the best place to look. Problems with Googling are that sometimes you have millions of hits to sift through. And sometimes the information is not verifiable. So for example, if you're looking at someone's blog, you don't know for sure if this person is that much of an expert. A person can write anything on the blog that they want to, and hopefully they're trying to be honest, but if they haven't gone through, say a writer for Time magazine, for example, will have a fact checker to make sure that the things that are printed in that article are verifiable. So you don't know for sure what you're getting on Google. Sometimes there's a slanted point of view as well. You'll see a lot more opinionated pieces, people dealing with their emotions and their point of view on an article, on a topic. Their persuasion techniques are often based on that emotion rather than logic and facts or credibility. Database searching, however, on the other hand, is sort of like panning for gold. So when you first pull the gunk up out of the water that you're trying to find the gold in, you begin sifting through it. You begin sifting through the pebbles and the mud and all the gunk, and hopefully you come out with a nugget of gold, or maybe more if you're lucky. And that's the same thing with database searching. As you sift through it, you're more likely to come up with verifiable facts, with conclusions that have come from those verifiable facts, with peer-reviewed articles. For example, if I were to submit an article to a magazine, to a scholarly journal, I should say, there would be other people who would read that and make a decision on whether they think that what I've done is worthy of publication, or maybe based on facts, or maybe my methodology wasn't correct. So the gold that you get from the end of the gold panning process in a database is going to be the true stuff. Now, in database searching, lots of sources are available to you there that you can't get on Google. I have looked at Google Scholar, which is more of a database that gives you information from other scholarly sources. However, most of the time you have to pay for those articles. Whereas with our library database searching, the libraries subscribe to it for you. They spend thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars every year in some institutions to bring you the best sources, because their goal is to provide you with the best possible research. Let's see, I'm having a little trouble here. Where are we? We're back there. I don't know why I did that. Let's go from the current slide. Okay, we got that. Maybe that's the end. I guess it is. Sorry, I thought I had a little bit more in there. Anyway, let's move on now then. Knowing that database searching is going to give you a little bit more of what you really want, let's check into how we get there. So all you have to do as an online student beginning this semester is log into any of your online classes and click on Library Databases over on the right. Once you do, that's going to instantly put you there. Before you had to have a login, but now because you're logged into an online class, you have instant access to it. So once you get here, you're going to see that EBSCOhost is the one that online learning uses. Now, there are several different aspects of EBSCO that you can look at. Academic Search Premier is probably the best place to start because it gives you full text for more than 4,600 journals. But if you want to limit your search a little bit more, say you're doing something in business or you want to look at the World Encyclopedia, Greenfile is a good place to go if you're looking at an environmental issue. History, legal information. There's a science one down here. Newspaper Source gives you access to 40 U.S. and international newspapers. Psychology and behavioral sciences. So according to your topic, then you can look down here and see which ones you might want to check out. I would suggest, if you don't have that specific of a topic, you might want to start with Academic Search Premier, and then from there you can move into the, the ones that are a little bit more settled on your topic. Now it looks like it's kind of a hassle to do this stuff. Some people get intimidated because there seem to be steps to go through. But let's take a look at what would be different from this. So we're going to go back over here to Google and we're going to do a quick Google search. I have already done a search on violence in video games, okay? What we see here looks pretty good. We have a .org, we have a newspaper, the Huffington Post, we have Wikipedia, other .orgs, but you also have things like ads to go through, and look at this down at the bottom of the page. It gave me 14,400,000 results. So it's going to be hard to sift through all that to find my gold. However, if I do the same search over here in Academic Search Premier, I'm going to put video games, and then instead of just writing the word violence out, I'm going to put an asterisk after VIOL. And what that does for me is it's going to show me articles that use that stem. So it could be video games violent, video games violence, okay, and I'm not limiting myself to just one word. Let's do a search. So right off the bat, I have 618 articles. That's a little bit easier to maneuver through than the 14 million we found on Google. And you can play with this and do some other types of limiters over here in your search engine. But I'm going to wait on that because I've directed you in this week's files on the internet and content to watch a couple of screencasts by our librarian, Jeff Wall. One of them is on how to really search in EBSCO, and the other one is how to find your citation. So at this point, I think we're going to back out. I'm going to direct you to him because he's the expert. But to recap, let's just think about this a little bit. Google, if you want some instantaneous stuff or some links for ideas, great place to start. And you're going to find some credible places. For example, we talked about how the Procon organization might be a good one. We talked about how if you got into an actual news source like Huffington Post, that might be good. But the problem is there are a lot of sources here that we don't know for sure if they are verifiable. And also you have these 14 million results to search through to find maybe how violence in video games works together. What if you wanted to just talk about youth and violence and all that? So it's going to be harder to sift through that. And then recapping with the library databases is that you do have a lot of you do have to fiddle around a little bit here. Sometimes it seems a little dense to students to get through there. And sometimes the articles seem above your head because they are from some pretty, some pretty reputable sources, PhD people who are doing heavy-duty research. So sometimes it might seem like there's a lot there, but I encourage you to look through these, to read through these, to actually find what the state of the art is about your topic. Okay, that's all for now, and thank you.